Hello, team. Hello. We are on Wednesday, December 6th. Holy moly. You guys, happy holidays. Oh my gosh, we're here. I love that we're here. I love so much that we're here. There's so much goodness that's coming. There's so much goodness throughout this whole year, you guys. I'm going to reflect upon it. Actually, I'm going to reflect upon it now, but just also there's so much goodness that's coming, and I'm just psyched. I'm psyched out of my mind to be here to witness you all as amazing coaches, but more than that, growing incredible humans. So yay for all of that. Thank you for being here tonight. Hey, Rach. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give a little bit of a Jillian spiel. I want to talk about kind of recapping this year. I want to talk about social media, and I want to answer questions. So we're kind of going to be bouncing all over the place tonight. Does that work for everybody?
Yep.
Cool. All right. So let's recap this year, shall we? This year has been freaking credible, right? Can I get a hands up for this year just being monumental for everybody? Whether you're new to the team, whether you've been with me since the beginning, just think back. I mean, every single year, I was just talking to Michael upstairs, isn't it crazy how different things can feel in a year? And how much growth there can be if you allow for yourself to grow. Because there are some people right now that are sitting in December 2017 thinking, I wish I had done this. I wish I had experienced that. I wish I had learned that thing. And that's okay, because they are right where they're meant to be. They are right where they need to be right now. We are all right where we're meant to be right now. But I want you to applaud yourself. Right. I mean, we are Team Cheers to a Fit Life. We love celebrating. We love being present in the celebration. And the thing that I love about our team is that the caliber we hold ourselves to is that we don't just celebrate the outcome, we celebrate the journey. Because if I have learned one thing this year, it's to do your very best. Learn and grow and strive and develop and do the thing, and do not be tethered to the outcome. Because if you're doing this whole life thing in a way that brings you into alignment, you're surrendering a lot of your stuff, right? We, especially, I mean, if you're on this team, like attracts like. We got our tribe. We like controlling things. We like having our hands gripped like this to the steering wheel. And I think from what I have experienced for myself, as well as what I've witnessed within our team, is that we've learned a little bit. And if you're like, I don't know if I've learned that yet, it's okay. It's coming. You're growing. You're developing. We've learned a little bit that we can't be like this, gripped to the steering wheel. We have to trust. We have to understand and respect that we are being guided, that we are not here by accident, and that our goals matter, our dreams matter, but the way they come to fruition may not be exactly what we had always planned. And I think this team is starting to recognize that we are growing as human beings. And during that process, we get to make our bodies, our hearts, our minds, physically, mentally, emotionally stronger, and we get to help other people do that as well. Huge, right? Huge. So let's just recap. I want to bring you back to the beginning of the year, and new coaches, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, really? So my personal growth, I think, over the course of coaching for, oh my gosh, it's going to be 4 years in March, you guys, so awesome. But, for the first 2 years of coaching, we were a team, but there wasn't a ton of engagement. People didn't feel like they had so much of a voice. I kind of felt like it was me leading the way, sometimes me pulling, right? And saying, come on. At the end of last year, the beginning of this year, and that's not true for everybody all the time, but that's what I was innately feeling. And then at the beginning of this year, I really had kind of the tough conversation with myself, you can't do that anymore. That's not fun anymore. That just doesn't feel right anymore. And I had the really real talk with the leaders on our team saying, what's your favorite part of this team? And everybody was kind of pre-programmed to saying the community. And I called them out just like I called myself out. And then I went to the whole team. Some of you probably remember this. And I was like, you guys, like, we claim that we've got this great community. Nobody's showing up. You're showing up when, like, I ask you to show up. You're responding to things, but nobody's proactively showing up in the team, showing up in their business, maybe for some people showing up in their life in the way that makes them feel aligned with who they are and brings the positivity, right? Brendon Burchard, bring the joy. So at the beginning of this year, we decided as a unit that it was no longer going to be like that, that we were going to do Coach of the Week. We were going to highlight everybody because everybody has different gifts and strengths that they can teach upon. And everybody also has stumbling blocks that they can share so that they can also share the lesson that they learned from it. Right? Like, we had that very real conversation at the beginning of the year of like, you guys, we claim that the community is our favorite. And we've been like, we are living in like this false community because it's really not there in the way that we know that it should be, the way that we want it to be. So what did we do? We created it. We actually did the thing. We created the container that we all claimed to want and love and know and have, but we actually made it come to fruition. And I am so grateful because in that, it allowed for so much growth for people into so many different areas of life, because we started seeing people as people and not just coaches, not just teammates, not just inspirers, not just people on their own journey. We started seeing each other as people. And that is everything. Because what do we all want, you guys? Ultimately, we all want to feel seen, heard, supported, and loved for being ourselves, for showing up in the way that we can best make an impact in the world, right? Thumbs up. Like, are some of you remembering? You're like, oh yeah, like that was this year. You know, we've had some amazing coach sneak peeks in the team page. We've had some amazing, I mean, every coach of the week that we've had has been amazing because they've brought so much value, but we've had some amazing, like, real-time true talk. We've had some people reach out and say, I need help with this. We've had some really vulnerable conversations that have taken place in the team page. I'm thinking of a couple posts. Brandy had a post that she posted in the team page that she was ready to post to her personal page, but she was scared. And it was about reliving her past in terms of when she was in the service and alcohol and a lot of stuff there. And she came to us first before posting. Julia, right, she posted in the team page this incredible post about the Velveteen Rabbit, right, and how she was, and she compared it to her wedding dress, and you know, she was still this person, but she was loved and she was worn a little bit more. And just like, we have this amazing container for people to go and feel safe. You guys, myself, I went to you all and said, you guys, like, I'm also going to like start doing life coaching, right? I was scared out of my freaking mind to go to like true vulnerable moment, right? I was scared of what you would think. I was scared that people would feel abandoned. And what happened? You guys all enveloped me with love and said, you freaking go, girl. Yeah, you're going to do that. That's what growth looks like. You're standing upon this amazing platform. You're taking all that you've learned with coaching, and you're going to be able to help people in other aspects too. Awesome. You guys, that means everything. To be able to look at each and every single one of us, whether it's me, whether it's people on the call, whether it's people who are going to watch this recording, to know that we are seen for being us. And I can freaking guarantee you that the growth that I've had as a human would not have happened without Beachbody, without this team, and without the community that we have created for ourselves. I see some nods. How do you guys feel? Is this hitting home? Is this deep? Love it. Love it. So I just want you to think back upon your journey, and I'd love for you to reflect upon this tonight. But like, where were you at the beginning of the year? What were you feeling? Maybe you weren't even on the team yet, right? Maybe you were on the team and you were crushing it. Maybe you were on the team and you were dabbling. Maybe you were on the team and you were in a place that you're like, I know that I'm a Beachbody coach, but I'm not even looking at portion fix containers, or I'm not even going to try that flavor of Shakeology, or I'm not really going to stick to a program. They'll never know, right? Like, so we all have our different stories, but the fact is we're here now having grown through all of that. And also, we have so much more growing left to do. We have the space to grow. We have the opportunity to grow. And that's going to continue to come as you allow for yourself to continue to learn, and you allow for yourself to be seen, heard, supported, and loved. Because that's the other key. And this is kind of where I'll finish the wrap up. But yes, that's what we all want, to be seen, heard, supported, and loved. But we also have to be willing to receive that. And if you're not willing to receive those things, then no matter how much people are going to try to give them to you, you're not going to allow for yourself to have it. So that's where the surrender comes in. That's where the trust comes in. That's where you recognize that it's not just you living this life, building this business, mamapreneuring it, doing the whole wedding planning thing. Whatever you got going on, right? It's not just you. You are being guided and held and supported. And my hope for you is that through the growth of this year, you will have recognized that trusting in that is everything. That's the difference maker, you guys. So good. I'm so proud of this team. And I cannot freaking wait for next year to see what we do. In terms of lives touched, lives impacted, people that you will help to become healthier versions of them, people that you will teach how to trust and surrender and receive love. Because just like we have to learn that all, our challengers, our coaches, as we bring them on, need to know that it's safe to receive the love and the guidance that we are willing and ready to give them. Yes? Amen?
Amen.
Welcome to the Church of Jillian. Thank you very much for being here today. The Gospel According to Bolans. What is it? My mom is obsessed with Bruce Springsteen, and what is it? What do they call it? It's like the Gospel According to Bruce, maybe. I don't know. That's where that's coming from. Okay. So let's switch gears a little bit. I want to talk social media with you really quick because I've learned a lot. You guys know that I've invested in a business coach, and I've grown other areas in my professional life of what I'm offering up to the world. But let me tell you what, everything is relatable. I'm so grateful for what I've learned from network marketing, but I'm also so grateful for what I've learned in my business coaches realm that I can bring over into Beachbody and into network marketing. So let me share a couple things with you. Let's talk Instagram for a second here. Do you guys have hashtags in your phone that you use, like 30 hashtags? So for each Instagram post you make, you can put up to 30 hashtags. A hashtag is the way that people can find your post, and it's a way for people to connect with others who are posting things similar to them. So the beauty about hashtags is that it gets you found by people, right? Which that's part of the point. Like, you want to have an impact. You want to get content out there that people are going to want to connect with. How many people copy and paste the same 30 hashtags and put them on every post? It's okay if you do. I did that until about 2 weeks ago. So realistically, and your mind is about to explode, realistically, you should have about 15 sets of different hashtags. Because Instagram will shadow you. if you're using the same hashtags because they'll think it's not valuable content. They'll think it's just like robot content because it's robot stuff. Do you know how long it took me to come up with one? So, trust me. So what can we do? What can we do about that? So this is because then I was like, what? So who do you follow on Instagram that you feel your message aligns with? What are they using for hashtags? Go look at their hashtags and make them your own. Because here's the thing, you guys, your hashtags don't have to describe your picture. They have to describe the person, your ideal customer. Your hashtags need to describe your ideal customer. They don't have to describe you. Right? So a lot of people want to put Beachbody Coach, hashtag Beachbody Coach. No, you don't want to put hashtag Beachbody Coach. You know what that's going to attract? Other Beachbody coaches. You want to put hashtag Fit Inspiration. Right? Because you are trying to attract the people that are looking for fit inspiration. So Instagram is going to shadow you if you use the same hashtags more than twice a month. So I recommend getting in your notes, spending some time doing this, and creating 15 to 20 sets of hashtags that can be related, but you can, I mean, seriously, I put boss babe, like hashtag boss babe in like a bunch of mine. So I'm not saying like you have to come up with like, oh God, how many hundreds of different words of that? You don't have to do that. You just have to come up with 15 different blocks of things. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can I just clarify, Jillian?
Yeah.
I think you just did, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. So like you just said, if you, let's say, use the hashtag like boss babe in all of your photos, but the rest of the hashtags or most of the other ones in those blocks are different, are they going to shadow you because that one hashtag is the same, or just a majority of them?
Just the majority of them, especially if they're in like the same order. Right. Like you went and copied and pasted from your notes, which we're all doing, but we're going to be more mindful of now. So that's one thing. They will shadow you. The next thing is your hashtags need to get, so what I recommend doing is making a post. Don't put any hashtags, or maybe leave space for one or two in the original post. And then under your comments, put your whole slew of hashtags. But the key is you need to do that within 1 to 2 minutes of making your post. So have your hashtags ready to go before you make your post. Don't make your post and then sit there and be like, okay, what are 30 new hashtags? Have the hashtags ready to go before you make your post.
Well, what does it mean to shadow you?
That you won't show up in people's news feeds.
Oh, okay.
Good question. And
so you can put them in the comments, because I've heard back and forth about that.
Yeah, you can put them in the comments.
Okay.
Full transparency, you guys. I hired somebody to do my Instagram growth. Go watch my Instagram growth over the next, I don't know, how many more days do I have? 21 days. Go watch it. It's incredible. These people, like, she's amazing at her job, and I'm happy to talk with people offline about who she is, what she does. But basically, she spreads my love out there, gets people into my newsfeed, and then I continue loving on them, like commenting on their posts. But watch my followers over the next month, because it's going to be really, really awesome. It's already super exciting. I think, let me actually look. And yes, so to your question, Linz, you can put them in the comments. And they're authentic followers, yeah. No, and that's the thing. Do not hire somebody that's going to get you robot followers, because what happens is Instagram, if you have people that are showing up as robot followers, they're called bots, underneath you, Instagram will shut you down, because they will think that you are posting through, and I don't say this to scare you, and like don't worry about it, because like, I mean, I think ultimately we all have bot followers that, like, because people are out there just trying to make a quick buck, and they're trying to like grow businesses super unauthentically. But if Instagram sees that you have the majority of robot followers commenting on your stuff, they're going to end up thinking that you're a bot. That's just kind of what happens. So yes, mine are authentic followers that are true to me, my brand, my ideal customer. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. I've hired somebody in the past when I first started coaching, and I paid them like very minimal. And I just said, because I was focused on followers, like get me more numbers, get me more numbers. I didn't care about the authenticity. I didn't care about if they were my ideal client. It just looked cool to have followers. You guys, I don't care if you have 30,000 followers or 30 followers. You want to make sure they are your people. So putting good content out there with these tips and tricks, you don't have to hire somebody to do this. At this point in my life, I do not have the capacity to do anything on Instagram besides post and like love on a few people. Because I'm doing a whole bunch of other things that are more of higher on my priority list. But if this is your focus, and I'm not saying regardless, if this is your focus, if you're like, okay, I can do this, this is where I want to grow, then do it authentically. You don't have to hire somebody. I'm just telling you, I hired somebody, which is why I'm coming to you with this information, because now I know it. I didn't know it 2 weeks ago. Right? Make sense?
Yep.
Helpful?
Yes.
Underlying message there, you don't have to hire somebody to grow on Instagram. You can if you want to, but talk to me first so that we make sure it's a legitimate person that's finding you legitimate followers. Thumbs up? Yes? Okay. So what was the next thing that I was going to say? Insta Stories, my friends. Okay. Post one time on Instagram. You guys, one time a day. No more 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram. Really? No more 3 to 5 times a day on Facebook if you can avoid it. Everything's being hidden. If you're posting that much, Facebook's a business. Facebook owns Instagram. That's a business. They want people utilizing the business platforms, meaning paying for ads, doing the thing to get a ton of traction. So if you are posting multiple times a day, then to Facebook and Instagram's algorithm, you're just not getting out there in front of people, in front of a ton of people. So, and I say that with a caveat though, because if you find that you are posting multiple times a day and you're still getting high engagement, keep rocking it. Don't do anything on the general rules, and don't get caught up in oh, well, the algorithm is this, so I have to follow these specific rules. I'm telling you, as a general, you don't have to post 3 to 5 times a day anymore. This is what we used to teach. This is what used to get traction social media years ago. It's not necessary anymore, and people will tell you that it actually is going to bump you down in terms of the number of news feeds that you're getting in, because it kind of looks to Facebook's land that your content isn't valuable enough in 1 or 2 posts that you need to constantly be posting. Right? Does that make sense? So sorry guys, I'm gonna mute somebody because I keep echoing back and forth between myself. But Insta Stories, you guys, is where it's at in terms of sharing the behind the scenes. So, and the thing that I love about Insta Stories is that it's literally, even if you do a video, they're 15-second blocks. I don't know about you guys, but I used to spend, I still do, but on 1 post a day, I used to spend a half hour per post 3 to 5 times a day. Do you know how much time that freaking is? A lot of time. We don't have that time anymore. And you know what? Neither do our readers. Neither do our followers. They don't have that time to read through the whole. Don't stop the longer posts every once in a while, but keep the rest of them shorter. Okay, but Insta Stories is a fun way of showing people your personality, showing people what you're doing behind the scenes without having to make it that big, beefy post that gets up and in people's news feeds. Make sense? Are any of you? So, question, whose mind is reeling right now thinking, oh shit, I've done this wrong? Okay, good. Here we go. Ready? Here's Jillian's sparkly fairy dust. Release. Release. You've done nothing wrong. What did we just talk about? We're all learning and growing together. I didn't know this stuff more than a week and a half ago. So much has changed, just like Rachel said, and so much is going to change always. I used to attend events and listen to speakers and walk away feeling ashamed, walk away feeling such anxiety of like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing this the way that they're doing it. I must be bad at this. I must be doing this wrong. And that is not the case, my friends. We are all learning. We are all growing. We have the opportunity to learn and grow. Within this supported community, there's a lot of people out there that don't know this stuff. And it's just being in tune with who you are. Because here's the thing, and my business coach says this all the time, and I know I've said this, energy trumps strategy all day, every day. If you feel good about what you're putting out there, you're going to draw people to you. If you don't feel good about it, if you feel like you're forcing it, if you feel like you're doing something wrong or bad, then you need to do some journaling as to why you think that. But also, you have to understand that you're not going to pull people toward you when you're in that space. So we learn, we grow, we love, we trust the process, and we pivot when it's necessary to pivot. Okay, so everyone, hands up. You're all on mute, so nobody will hear you say this. Hands up. I'm not kidding. I state your name. Have done nothing wrong on social media. I will trust the process. I will put my feel-good energy out there in a way that is authentic to me. I will not compare myself to any other human being because I'm not living their life. I don't have their energy, and they don't have mine. I love social media. I love putting value out there. And I will continue to do so in a way that feels good. And I want you to all do the centering alignment thing here in a way that feels good. Rachel, how the heck did you just post as you're typing this up? Oh boy. Okay. You put your hand down for a second. Girlfriend, you better go back and do that oath again. Oh my gosh. Good. Good. I'm glad you still said the words. Okay. Does everyone feel better? Is this helpful? Like, this is supposed to be good. Don't stress about the logistics, you guys. Just understand that there are some rules, and sometimes we just got to play by the rules a little bit. I feel like I just took my second oath of office. You did, Jen. It's called the Instagram office. Okay. What else was I going to say? I think that's it for Instagram. You guys, and the number one thing that I want you to focus on is that this going back to like when I just wanted followers, right? And I'm psyched. I'm psyched that my followers are growing right now authentically because I have hired someone to help me to do so. I know that I could do that of myself if that was the only thing that I was focused on. But I'm psyched that that's happening. But here's why. Because I am looking to develop fans, not just followers. Fans, not just followers. Because when you have people that are fans of you and your message, your story, you are the one that's going to be able to impact their life. Right? That's what this is all about, impact. Making the impact. Finding your people. Trusting the process, not forcing numbers, not forcing yourself to get this crazy following and nobody aligns with anything that you're saying. Do you put your stuff out there and then comment on people's stuff? Oh, that was the other thing. No more than 50-ish, I think it's 50, likes, hearts, like double taps on Instagram in an hour. Like, no more, because that messes with the algorithms. Comments are fine. Comment and love on people's stuff. Make an impact to them, especially, you guys, especially people that are taking selfies. Right? How vulnerable is it to take a selfie? We get desensitized to it because we take selfies all the time. But like, that is such a beautiful thing for people to want to put their face out there, right? For people to want people to know them. So go comment on people's stuff and make them feel good. I'm going to read the comments and just make sure I'm not missing anything. Colleen, I added 24 new friends on Facebook the last 2 days. Go girl. Go girl. Okay. Okay. If your story is that you're horrible at Insta Stories, change your story in your mind. Colleen, I love you so much. I see your smile. Change your story. Start doing it. Just start making it a priority, right? Like, and you guys, actually, so even if you look at my Insta Stories, it may be too much because, but I just love Insta Stories. It's really like 3 to 6 Insta Stories a day is ideal for people. After that, people can start to lose focus and lose interest. Particularly if it's a lot of videos. If you've got a lot of like pictures in there, just make sure you mix it up, right? I probably do like the 9 to 12-ish Insta Stories throughout the day. That feels good to me though. So I'm not subscribing to that rule. It feels good to me to do it my way. So yeah, just paying attention to things. Okay, I think we're caught up on that. Oh, what was the last thing? Okay, last thing that I was going to say. I'd love for you to entertain the thought of growing your own free tribe. Maybe not necessarily even fitness related, kind of like how I gave you the thought of starting your own MailChimp account. Did all of you go watch my video from Monday? If not, go back and watch it. Starting your own email list, because that's yours. So just like you have your challenge groups that are very challenge pack specific, it may be of service to you to start your own free tribe where it's just a group of empowered people that feel the same way, that align with the same thoughts that you have. Right? So I have started my own transformational journey tribe. I don't know that I'll keep that name forever. Kind of toying with some different names. But ultimately, when you have a free group, when you've got your own group on Facebook, so going back to Facebook algorithms, posting 3 to 5 times a day on your personal page might not get seen by as many people, but if you have a tribe of people, your people that you know, when I say something, I'm speaking directly to them, you can post as many times as you want and you know that you're adding value to them. So just something to think about. It may be time to just start creating a free group that you can impact people on a number of different levels, not just fitness, not just nutrition. That can be a huge part of it. But, you know, kind of like how you may run a free clean eating group once a month. Why not entertain the thought of having a free group where you do a ton of free stuff like that in there, you add a ton of value, and you keep growing that. You're growing your tribe. You're growing like your girl gaggle, right? All right, let me check these things. Is it okay for me to use my own Gmail account for MailChimp, Colleen? So yes and no. Yes, you can, but I actually would recommend getting your own domain name of your name and having it. So I've got jillian.bolands@gmail.com. That's my personal, I just said that to all of YouTube since this is where I post these. So that's my personal one, which apparently maybe I'll have to change at some point. But that's my personal one. The one that's associated with my MailChimp is Jillian@jillianbolands.com. You can go to Google. I got my domain name through Google, and it's like $5 a month. And I actually think it's a good idea. Whether you're going to do something or not with it, like other than having your own email list, like you don't need your own website or anything like that. Maybe you'll want it someday, but I just think it's a cool idea to own your own name as a domain name, especially since we are our own brand, because you can do whatever you want with it. And it's just nice having that. And there's a professionalism to having something not at Gmail. And also Gmail itself and other mail carriers will put you into like trash and like the promotions tabs in your Gmail account if you are mass sending from that email address. Can we do a call at some point on setting up your group page on Facebook? I set one up, but there were so many options. I don't know if I did it right. Totally. We can do that. Maybe I can do that for one of my Coach of the Week things. Let me write that down. Maybe I can screen share for you. You like Jen, you just want to know like how to create a group on Facebook?
I had to unmute myself.
I think maybe like like a like page. So you mean
like a like page essentially, or whatever you use to run, if you do a free group like once a month or whatever the case may be. I did my first free group this month and got way more people than I thought I was going to. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it myself. It'll be fine. And I went to set up a page and there were like 8 different ways you could set it up. And there were all sorts of different options once you got in it. I was just lost.
Hang on one second. I'll just show you right now. It's a great question. So in my free groups, I run them in just groups on Facebook. Come on, Facebook, wake up. Oh, Facebook's not happy with me right now. Maybe because I have 7,000 things open right now. Let's just X out of all that. Hold, please.
And Jill, are you like posting once on your like page a day and once on your personal page a day?
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing both?
Yeah. But I have my Instagram connected to my like page.
So do I. It never freaking works.
Oh no, why?
Although Hannah and I discovered last night that we could comment on our Instagram from our Facebook.
Mind blowing, right?
Yeah, we were like sitting there in silence for 5 minutes, just
commenting on your stuff. How do I boost this in the algorithm? I'm just going to comment on it from Facebook.
Yep.
I love it so much. Okay, hang on. Let me share screen. Share screen. Okay, so here I am on my Facebook, my personal page. So if I'm going to create a free group, so I've got, like, for example, my clean eating. Many of you have seen this group. So this is one of my free groups. This is my only free group right now. Which, sidebar, Facebook changed the dimensions for its cover photos. So like this used to be the dimension. Now all my covers are like squished, and I'm not happy with Facebook about that. Let me just tell you.
Sidebar to your sidebar. If you set it up on a mobile account, it doesn't look the same on a computer.
True, it doesn't. Actually,
I found that out the hard way.
No, you're right. And actually, people will tell you to worry about the phone because everybody's accessing things on this. Hardly.
That's what I went with, but
actually, now I'm interested. Clean. How does it look from my phone? Nope, it's squished on my phone still. Facebook. I love social. Okay, so this is a group, right? So it's just I have this as a closed group on Facebook on my personal page. So if we are going to, let's go home. So we're going to go to groups. Oh, Linz, look, there you are.
Oh, hey.
So we're going to go to groups. We're going to go to create a group.
Okay, so you created a group for all of this on a page.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And then test. add some people. Michael Bolans, since he gets added to all of my groups as I'm creating them. There he is. And then you can select the privacy right here. I normally do closed groups. But my transformational journey tribe, is that public or closed? I gotta check. It's probably closed. It's closed because I want people to be able to find the group, but not what people are saying inside of it. So closed group, create.
So is your like page created as a group as well?
No, my like page is a business page. So then
I did, Jen.
I
You
did
were
that
fine.
part right. I just did it backwards then.
Yeah. No, believe me, Jen, like I'm so glad that you asked this question because we've all asked that before in the past. So it's so good for people to remember that these questions, because all this terminology gets like thrown out there and you're like, but what is it really? So let's do, since I'm creating this, let's see. And then here we go. We have a group. So we can add a cover photo, we can add members, we can do all the things. So if you're going to create a like page, oh, hi, Max.
No.
So this is my personal page, right? So all of my newsfeed right here is through my personal page. My business page is also Jillian Bolans. But this is what it looks like. This is my page. So it used to be that you could go to a page and click create a page. But if you can't figure out how to do it in Facebook, just Google, how do I create a like page? How do I create a business page? You have to have a personal account to have a business page. Right? Like some people ask the question, can I just have a business page and not a personal page? No, because your business page is built off your personal page. But yeah, that's the scoop with that.
That helped. That answered what I was asking.
Good.
So
Perfect. I'm so glad. Great question. Erin did a video on like pages, didn't she? Yes, she probably did. So Jen, if you check the team files,
Yeah.
you'll in the team calls, she'll have something on like pages.
okay.
Is it the same application? I don't know what you mean, Colleen.
Oh, they're talking about Zoom.
Oh, okay. Oh, am I way caught up? I'm way back.
Sorry, Jillian. I just confused everybody, I think, with that.
No, you're good. Can I get the Zoom app on my computer strictly to... Rach, do you have an app on your computer, though? Zoom just, like, appears for me magically.
It with my Mac, it appears as like an app, if you would call it that. Like it's its own icon. That's the same icon as the app on your phone. But it should just, like I said, just go to the Facebook page when she posts the link, or if the videos are YouTube, but when she posts the link, if you click on it, it'll say like launch Zoom application.
Yeah.
Basically software, and you just hit yes and it brings you right in. It's the same everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. What else? Who else has questions? These are great.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on Facebook. What is there I'm like, I have a like page, but I don't ever use it. And I feel like I should be using it to gain more followers. I don't know. Like, I feel like I should be, but I just am not doing it. Like, should I be? Like, what's the smart thing to do? And how do I use it? Like, am I posting pictures of my kids on my like page or just on my personal page? Or is there any kind of strategy? Like, what?
What feels good?
Posting on my personal page. Because that's what I do.
Post on your personal page then.
Okay. And I can still gain followers that way? Like, I mean, which I do. But, you know, like, I'm talking like cold market people.
You can,
Yeah.
but you can't run ads off of your personal
Right.
page. You can only run them off your business page. And, I mean, realistically,
I feel like I have a lot of good content on my personal page.
Yeah.
And I am like, oh, should I be putting all of this, just doing exactly what I do on a like page?
Okay, great question. So yes and no. You can, so if Facebook sees that you put the exact same post on both your like and your personal page, it's going to shadow them.
Right. I figured.
So, but that's like basically at the same time. You can save content. Like you could post something on your personal page today and say that was a bomb.com post or that was an amazing live, and you can post it. I don't know exactly the time period, but I mean, I'm thinking you can post it the next day or 2 days later, or like just tweak the wording a little bit and it should be fine. Like pages are not going to get as much traction because Facebook wants you to pay for ads to get them out there, seen by the most amount of people. But if you're doing it right and you're focusing on your ideal client, you can get it in front of that person. Whereas your personal page, you may get a ton of interaction, but it might be from like your Aunt Susie and cousin Bobby, who are not ever going to subscribe to anything that you do because they think that you're a wackadoodle and they don't have the same values as you, right? So like that can be deceiving. It feels really good, right? Like it's just talking about, it's the ego, you guys. It feels really good to have the followers. It feels really good to get the likes. But are those going to help you with your business? Are those going to help you make the impact that you want to make with your message? My answer is do what really energetically feels right to you. I mean, you can pay people for their notes on the strategy of where to post. Again, energy trumps strategy. I go through seasons where I'm like, I am rocking my like page. I'm having so much fun. I feel good over here. And then I have seasons where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no, I got to show up for my people on my personal page. Ultimately, this is why I think it's really cool to start your own free tribe group, because over time, you'll have thousands of people in this group that you've set up that you can speak directly to. And you don't have to waste your time worrying about where am I going to post. You're going to go post in your group. It's not even going to, I mean, yeah, you'll still post in your public or still post in your like page to like continue showing up for the outside world and continue adding people to your tribe. But ultimately, your main content will go to your tribe.
Right.
Is that helpful?
Yeah.
You're like,
No,
you didn't give me a straight answer, but like, because
I didn't expect you to. Yeah.
There isn't. It's all based on what feels good. I will say that video trumps all, you guys. So like Lindsay, you with your like Food Network Lindsay style, like that's awesome. Keep doing that. I have somebody who I do a lot of life coaching for her, and she's a social media guru. And so we kind of like swap services. That she does some Facebook ads for me. Have you guys seen my ads pop up in your newsfeed? Some of you have like reached out to me, like be like, oh, hey, here you are. I don't do those. Like she does those. And she tells me like, you want anything out there, give it to me in a video.
Mm-hmm.
So create as many videos as you can. Lives are king of all. Second would be videos. Third would be posts. Posts with pictures. Fourth would be posts. Although I gotta tell you, getting in those like little jabs with the colorful backgrounds, I was so resistant. I did not want to play that game. And then I did it, and I had so much engagement on that post. So just mix it up, you guys. Have fun with it. Remember, ultimately, this should be fun. If you are spending too much time trying to figure out how to make this work, you are not trusting that you're being guided. You are not surrendering to the universe. You are spending too much energy trying to control things, and you're not having fun. Have fun. Go laugh on purpose. Do something silly. Today I went live doing a dance party because I really did a dance party and I was just feeling so good. And I had Sarah Bareilles' Brave blasting, and I literally was just dancing right there. And I was like, that was fun. And then Facebook wouldn't let me post it because it's not my music. I don't have any license to that music. I didn't even think of that, but I was like, oh, Well, a couple people caught me live. Hopefully I made them smile. But that felt good. So I started this off with like giving you guys rules. Yes, there are rules to play by, but ultimately, the only thing that's going to trump any of those rules is if you say, I don't freaking care because this feels good. Me getting this post, this content, X amount of times, this feels good. Be you, you guys. Show the world who you are. Show the world what your message is in a way that feels good. But don't feel like you have to force it. Don't feel like you have to get 16 posts a day out there on like 27 different platforms just to make an impact in the world. No, you don't have to. Make one freaking good post a day and rock it. And engage with people. That will always, I feel like, remain the king to everything. You can post bomb.com stuff, but unless you're engaging with people that are taking the time to comment by commenting back, it's not going to matter. Remember, fans, not just followers. You develop fans by interacting with them.
Oh, I have one more question.
Bring it on.
Timing.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I used to care so much about that. I just fly by the seat of my pants now.
Okay, that's what I've been doing lately because I did too. I used to like, okay, I need a post by 8 a.m. and then by 1 p.m. and then, but now that I'm posting less, I'm like, oh, what time should I do this at? And I'm just kind of winging it, but it'll show up.
Yeah, I say, again, do what feels good. Like, post it when it's hot. Post it when it's hot in your mind.
Right.
For me, it used to be between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. was like my like boom time. I posted in that window every single night because my engagement was through the roof. Do you know? And Tuesday nights specifically, that was like my ideal date and time. Do you know? I think I posted a post last night within that time. I think I got 4 likes on it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Like a year ago, I was getting 200 likes on something like that. So like, again,
changing.
Do what feels good, especially if you're posting less. Get it out there. Get it out there in the time like it's you know what it feels like, right? You're like, oh, this is really good. Like I gotta go now. Like press send and get it out there.
Love it. I feel like this is actually good. Like if anyone is feeling stressed out, don't feel stressed out. I feel like this is, to me, this feels less stressful.
Me too.
To kind of know that I don't have to post as much or whatever. I mean, again, there's no rules, but like, you know, it's more about, like you said, Jill, like what is feeling good.
Yeah.
So if anyone is feeling stressed, don't feel stressed. Yeah. Like just that, it makes me feel good listening to this because I'm like, okay, you know, I can do less in regards to like the post and like, yeah, like you said, spending all that time thinking about it, blah, 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 and spend more time on the things that are really going to add value, like Insta Stories or like engaging, like doing those kinds of things that people really are going to enjoy. So
exactly.
That's how I feel. But
you guys, my whole first 2 years coaching, it was like I had to post between 6 and 7 a.m., then at noontime, and then at 5 p.m. when I was leaving work, and then between 7 and 8 at night. Like, like I felt like I was being tied to this like horrible like social media clock that like if I didn't get something up there, my business was going to implode. So now, do you, boo. Get out the good value, get out the good content. Yeah, Jen, it is hard to not get caught up in the numbers, but you know what? The numbers aren't going to dictate your worth. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. You got this, Donna, and we're here.
You got it, Donna. Yeah.
We're here for you. Ask questions. Post them in the team page. We are here for you. We got this.
Jillian, I have a question. I know we're going on an hour now, so I'm sure people are getting tired, but have you learned anything about like messaging people on Instagram? Because I like despise it. It's just like you can't like type as fast on the computer, and then if you message so many people, it won't let you send any more messages. Do you know anything about that?
I don't know a ton about that. Yeah, I know that if only Instagram were available on computer, that would make life a lot easier and a lot faster. But I think that just like goes to the importance of like really making it count who you're talking to, right? Like making sure they're intrinsically part of your tribe, that they get you, they like you, you know? So I don't know a ton about it. I suppose if you reach, like send me a couple of questions specifically about that, because I can ask my Instagram fairy, who's amazing, about that specifically, and ask her what her thoughts are. Here's I guess my one comment on messaging in Instagram. You can set it up. I don't know how to. I'm sure I could just figure it out, or I could Google it. You guys, like, Google has the answer for everything. So there's a way to send an automatic message on Instagram when somebody follows you. And I can't tell you how many messages I have gotten point blank, like, hey, thanks for following me. Have you ever considered being a part of X, Y, and Z network marketing company? If you're interested, go to this link. The prices are this. Like, you guys, if anyone on this team, like, if you need a tutorial on how to, if you are thinking that is the way to go, then you and I need to hop on the phone so we can have a tutorial on like how to authentically show up in your business. And that's not how to do it. So no salesy links being spammed out there. Get to know people. And I'm actually not opposed to the automatic message being set up in a way that's like, hey, thanks for following me. I think you're amazing. Like, have a great day. Like, start a conversation, but don't start a conversation saying, here's my Shakeology link. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I look at my phone, I'm like, really? Because people know, right? Like, people, this is part of the world now, and it's a beautiful, thank God for network marketing. I love network marketing so freaking much. And I have such a respect for it in general now. Like, just with the growth that I've had this year, like, I love Beachbody. I know that I have chosen and affiliated myself with like the right company for me, but everybody feels that way about their network, or most people feel that way about their network marketing company. And it's such an amazing tool, right? Look, it gives you a community. It gives you a revenue stream. It gives you the ability to impact people with products that you love and use anyway. It's amazing. Don't just blast it out there in a salesy way. Share your story and allow for people to connect with your story.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. Do you guys like my new chair?
Yes.
I was so excited. Did you see what I put it on my Insta Stories, but look, I'll show you.
Wait, was it a gift or like did you gift yourself?
No, it was a early birthday gift. This is what I was sitting on.
Love it.
About 3 or 4 months, because the back wouldn't stay on anymore. So I asked for like a big girl chair. So look, it's so
Love it.
pretty. It's got a back. It's amazing. I have a friend on Facebook who's a Thrive rep and does the same thing. Major spam posts. Yeah, just guys, like, be you authentically. Oh, sure. Now okay. What else? Anyone else? I know this was a long call, but this was a lot of good content.
Mm-hmm.
Anything? Okay. All right. I'm going to go to bed. I have so much to do, but I'm going to bed. Don't have any. More to come on future plans for the rest of 2017 in terms of team calls and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to like figure out what works best for our beautiful team and community, and just like how to step into 2018 with freaking guns blazing, like ready to go. But don't wait for 2018, you guys. Like, if you are ready, like, go for it. Like, go do you. And remember, the work that you put in now is going to come to fruition a few months down the road. So be talking to people, be spreading your joy, be you, make your posts count. Have fun doing it. Oh, okay. So yeah, our Linz, thank you.
I didn't
Our
just
Christmas party plan is so Super Saturday is the first weekend in January 6th, I believe. I am going to be hosting a potluck at my house. I got to post it in the team page of like who's coming, and then I'm thinking everyone bring something to share in terms of food, a treat, a snack, whatever beverage you'd like. And then my hope is to what we will do is go to Super Saturday and then come back to my house and party and hang afterwards. So for those of you who are not in the area, we can get a Zoom going so that you can like feel part of the crew, but that will be the plan for the Christmas party. Totally laid back, totally us, like seriously, like yoga pants and wine on my couch. That's my plan. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to get off and then, I'll put like an event in the team page to see who can come. And if you want to bring a spouse, if they want to come to Super Saturday with you, if you want to bring kids, you're welcome to. I've got mine. If you want to make it a mom's night out or parents' night out or whatever, that's fine. But it'll be like the afternoon. I won't really have an end time to it, but you know, I go to bed at like 8:30 on the weekends. So, no, I'm just kidding. There'll be no end time, but it'll just be after Super Saturday, after our event gets done till whenever. And we'll just come back and we'll hang and we'll eat and we'll chat and we'll do the thing.
love it.
It's going to be so fun. And we'll get like a sign up of like who wants to bring what and stuff like that. Maybe we could do like a fix-8 recipe. Like everyone bring their favorite fix-8 recipe food or something. That would be fun. Rach, didn't we do that for the Super Bowl? I think we totally did that for the Super Bowl. It was fun. Cauliflower breadsticks. They were so good. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go. Thank you, Linz, for reminding me about that. I'm going to go post that in the team page right now, and then I'm going to go to bed. Okay. I love you guys. Happy Wednesday. Bye.